Had to bring my freshly pedicured toes to this Arizona. Is it cold? You see, I done took my compression socks off to put my pedicure in the water. It's cold, Roro. Is it cold?
You just gotta jump.
Ah! It is cold. Maybe we needed the sun. I think the opposite of what I said. My bad, Riley. I take it all back. It is cold. Yo, my baby cousin is like so turned. Yes, let me see, baby. You just got out of the pool? Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Back in. You gonna swim? Okay, let me see. Go get her. Let me see. Look at get charged up. Y'all see him get charged. Look at it. Look. It's the return. It's the return that seals the deal. Peep the return. Look. Clears his ears out, right? Look, it's a routine. Oh, boogies. Oh, we got a lot of boogies. Hold up. Okay, we're back at it. Go, right, go. I love how my Fashion Nova package gets delivered as soon as I'm settled in another state. I like how that works, huh? Go, right, go. What's he? I was like, what's up? Do I gotta get wet? It's like these boys love making me get in with my clothes on.
Mommy, that's me.
What are you doing? He like gets out, clears his ears out, does a jiggy dance, gets back in, assaults his mom, swims back. Hashtag mom life.
Oh, that booger is in there.
Is it in there? You see it? Oh, dang. The booger's returned. Ah.
Rolly, that is humongous.
I'm telling you. Oh, it's back. Oh. Robert, Weir the third. Yeah.
Tatum, Shea, Hanson.
Justin Groot. We outside. I'm gonna start this clip off by saying I'm in my feelings, but I don't want that to I don't want to sound like negative, like it's like people make it like a negative thing, like you're in your feelings. Like I'm sitting here like kind of attempting to process through some stuff, and so I don't know. Like I say in these all the time, I don't know if anybody will ever see this. I don't know if it'll make sense, but we're gonna do it anyway. I am at a pivotal time in my life of just realization and like understanding. And as I've worked hard to work on myself, it's impossible to ignore or not realize the people around you that aren't, or the circumstances and situations that have affected your life that it's kind of like, dang, that was really, really messed up. Like, or learning more about just mental health, trauma triggers, things like that, and kind of like understanding why I react to like other things the way I do. It's like, well, because of the stuff that you've been through, I can point to very exact situations, and the more therapists and psychiatrists and treatment facilities I've called and researched, also the more I've learned about different things. Like I'd never heard of ACE, like the ACE assessment, Adverse Childhood Experiences. ACE stands for Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. There's so many things that I've like dealt with and stuff through like childhood and even in my adult life that I've pushed to the side or been encouraged to push to the side forever. And they've caused me so much pain and caused so much imbalance in my head. And I used to be like, well, I'm crazy. Like, I'm just nuts, you know, like something's wrong with me. And I have finally reached a place where I can accept that nothing is wrong with me directly. I've just had a bunch of really important people hurt me in multiple ways, repeatedly, my whole life. And I've just accepted it and like dealt with it. And not really dealt with it, right? Because I'm freaking out now, but you know what I mean? Like I've kept it cool. There's so many things that people are shocked to hear about my story because of how I function now and how I deal with people now. It's like, what? I had no idea. Yeah, I know you didn't, because I'm nice and people don't appreciate me for it and just continue to be whack. And I'm just not, I can't deal with that anymore. That is starting to drive me crazy. Having to act like people don't hurt my feelings is difficult. I feel like I can't talk to people about how they hurt my feelings because I'm so concerned about their feelings, even though they've never really genuinely been concerned about mine. And don't get me wrong, it's not why you should do things. You should do things because you want to, because it's the right thing to do and whatnot, right? But it gets exhausting when someone is not only reciprocating that behavior, but not even giving you the bare minimum of human decency, you know, or kindness. It makes that a very, very jacked up situation. And I've done that with so many people my whole life. I've continued to just be Jasmine, not let people pull me out of character. I'm not going to be like this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to stoop down to their level. I'm not going to go down to the gutter with them. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me, which is fine with like people that are like have insignificant places in your life, but people that have major roles, it starts to mess with you, you know? And it's like, gosh, is it me? Because why are there so many of you? And like, why has this been such a consistent thing as I vocalized that I have an issue? Now I have kids, I have a husband, I have like this whole life, I have all of you, but I feel like something is wrong with me. And I have to deal with that. Like, I have to. I have to get it figured out. I have to remove and like learn how to properly process the PTSD and the trauma and whatever issues are existing up here. I have to learn how to deal with that so that I can like move through life. And until then, there's just some people that I'm gonna have to stay away from for a bit, because in these circumstances that I'm talking about, with these relationships that I have, it seems to be only me who cares about any kind of like discourse and wants to come up with some sort of like resolution, or who truly gives a fluff that Jasmine is struggling. And I guess that's life, right? Like you gotta look out for number one at the end of the day. But it's tough when you feel like there's just certain peaks of your emotions and mental health that you expect when you reach that'll be other people's chance to like rise to glory and like step up and like with an assist or something, right? Like a hoorah, or like a cuddle, right? Or at least a dedicated ear. Like, if you have someone in your life that is mostly happy, positive, bubbly, helper, whatnot, like, check on them. They get quiet. I'm not okay. And I haven't been okay for a while. But I've been working on it. And it's like, now I've reached a place where I need help working on it. And it has been a journey trying to find what that's going to be, or how that's going to go, or what that's going to look like. But I have to figure it out. I have to. Because I have to get better. I have kids that stare at me all day, every day. And they expect me to like have it together. And we communicate. We talk about mental health in my house and stuff like that. And as I grew up around a bunch of weird energy and never having any explanations for it. And I hated it. So communicate with my kids. But I want to be better for them. I don't want to have all the symptoms and all the triggers and stuff that I do because of experiences that like I've never had the real tools, help, or support to deal with. Like, it's sad when you really like look at it all. One of the doctors that I've spoke to this week was like, before I said anything about my physical health, was like, I'm really surprised that you're keeping it together as well as you are, honestly. Like, thanks, lady. Thanks. So I don't know. I'm gonna get it figured out. But I just want to encourage anybody out there that's struggling, and you feel like you're struggling alone, or that the people around you don't care, get you, or understand. I get you. I care. I understand. You're not alone. And if I can, figure it out with as complicated as my life is, like seeking help and treatment and whatnot, then so can you. And DM me on Instagram or whatever, and I'll help you find some resources in your area, in your price range, whatever. It's been a journey looking for the type of places and stuff like that I'm looking for. So I'm here, and I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through, and that you've experienced the things that you've experienced, and that you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And to people that might know somebody that you feel like could be feeling those things, even if you don't know all of the details or fully understand, try. Google is free. If you care enough about them, your time is also very easy to give. It's tough. They're not always going to know what to say, but it's going to be helpful for them to know that you're there and close enough and okay. Like, you got to be able to sit with somebody in their pain if you want them to open up, But I've dismissed myself and my feelings forever. I told myself things weren't that bad, or this wasn't this, or this is okay, or that's okay, because that's just the garbage that I've been fed. But none of it's okay. None of it was okay. None of it is okay. I'm not okay. And that's okay. I don't have to be. It's okay to be upset with somebody because they mistreated you. That's okay. Especially if they haven't like apologized or, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to like need some time to like deal with things. And it's okay to expect for like accountability to be taken when people have done something wrong. Like, that doesn't have to fall on you. Like, don't let somebody make you feel crazy because of your reaction to their mistreatment. Like, no. No. And if they don't want to do anything to like rectify it or clear it up or check in on you or see how you're doing or whatever, man, move forward. Like, it's just toxic. People think that they have to like know a whole bunch of people, and you really don't. You need to have solid people in your life that have emotional intelligence and know how to communicate, period. Like, whether they share blood or not, like, that's what you need in life. That like emotional intelligence, like consideration, like reciprocated. That's how a relationship survives. No matter what the titles are attached to it, any relationship. And if like you're not good with emotional intelligence or consideration, get an audio book, get an ebook, buy a course, do something, work on yourself, grow, figure it out, change eventually. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not doing something to learn something new or work on yourself every single day, you're missing it completely. You're doing yourself a disservice and everybody you know. Life is complicated. Everybody's gonna go through things, but you have to deal with it. You have to work on it. You have to try to work on the things that you don't know how to work on, like me, dealing with my emotions. I've been working on dealing with my emotions since I was a teenager. And I started working, then I started buying books, then courses, then started focusing on it, then started buying relationship-specific books, then got super intentional about my marriage. And then, now I help other people. And it's like, I just want my roots to be like fixed on the inside because they're severely damaged. And it's getting hard for me to continue to grow the ways I want to grow because I got some poisonous roots. We need some medicine. And the stuff I got, it ain't hitting good enough. So, hopefully, I can scrape up the funds that I need to go to the place that I want to go. But I just want to feel better. Anybody else that's struggling, whatever else you're struggling with, I'm praying for you and hope that you feel better. And I encourage you to actively seek out what you think it's going to take for you to feel better. I know you don't want to. I know you don't feel like it. But just do it because I asked you to, okay? Consider it something for me instead of something for you, if that helps with your mindset on it, right? I'm doing this, I'm doing this for Jazz. This isn't, I'm not doing this for me. That helps me. I'm like, I'm doing this for Dion. Dion wants me to eat. Dion wants me to take my heart medicine. So, that's that. As always, I don't know if any of that made sense. I don't know if anybody cares. But this is JazLife. It's my archives. It's the end of a season. So it had to be said. I'm in Arizona though. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to put some makeup on and get cute to figure out how to enjoy my day. My littlest sis graduates tonight, and I am elated for her. I'm so proud of her. I can't wait to see her and squeeze her and take pictures. So yeah, I gotta get my mind right for my Bree. But that's it for now. Look at my tiny little Bree.
That's your boys?
She's so small. She's the smallest person. And she got heels on. She saw me.
Bria Richardson. Camden Reedy. At this time, you may move your tassels from the right to the left to signify your graduation.
Woo! Oh, it's scary. I don't want to walk back through here, so I think what I'll do is I'll add the video. I just like randomly started talking. Hello, what's up? It's our last like couple hours in this dope little Airbnb that that my aunt got us. And so like I'm about to like clean up and stuff. She just texted me, was like, let's go to brunch. We gotta be out that mug by 11 though. I was like, oh snap. Dion and I are outside like stretching and talking and being us. So yeah, I don't think I want to do my wind down talk for my trip yet, but I'm feeling better than I was yesterday morning. You know, I woke up in the same place, but like talking to Dee and stuff has been like really helpful. And then staying in this Airbnb, you know, with my aunt and whatnot, like having my little cousins around and stuff like that here and there has been really, really dope and has like led to like a lot of different conversations for Dee and I about like our time and like what and like what we're doing and like what self-care looks like and what I need, you know, just with things, you know, where my mental state is at, like the things we've been talking about, we've been processing, because it's like to like go away somewhere for treatment is like so expensive. And it's like we can spend less money here and there and just like be more consistent, so like not going nuts in the meantime. And I've just gotten more comfortable over time with just talking to Dee about certain things that like I'm thinking about that like bother me. Because before I would be like, I don't want to like be like annoying or like whatever, you know, just like feeling like I'm like a nuisance. And he's had to work very hard, bless his heart. But I've finally, I'm like finally like really kind of starting to like get over that and move past that, which has like really even furthered our communication like that much more, which is so awesome in marriage when you can like take those leaps and bounds and things that you already think are like really good. It's like a constant, it's like an infinite game. So it's just like open like new realms for our communication. He notices different things. He's able to support me in different ways, you know, just from like paying more attention from more information that I gave him. So ladies, I encourage you to communicate, you know, with your significant other. They're not mind readers. They don't think like we think, even from person to person. You know, people don't think the way that you think. That's just not how that goes. So just like, don't ever assume that, you know, somebody's going to know how you feel or is going to process a situation the exact same way you are, even if they watched it. Stay patient with each other and just like, and talk about things. But I'm feeling good. Another good trip to Arizona, hanging out with my aunt and uncle. And, you know, Candy came through and hung out last night. Justice and Clarissa came by. We just like hung out on the patio and talked. Like, I can't wait for like our yard to be done. You guys, like, we love just like being outside and just chilling. So it's good. So I got to put something on and get ready for brunch. But yeah, we got to decide where we're going for brunch. Ugh. Okay, so we just got to Shonda's Airbnb. This is our rental car. And this is it. It's a cute little house. It's just a garage. Walk in. I really like the carpet. It smells nice. I haven't even looked at all of it yet, so we're discovering this together. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. children. I guess I could back it. There we go. That's better. I'm sorry. Could have been going through the whole house like this. Okay. Laundry. Okay. There we go. This is better. Daddy. Kitchen. You looked outside? Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. You guys know where I'm gonna be in the mornings. Yeet. Love you. Miss you. Brunch and sip. Look at this. This is what we sipping. Look at this bougie table water. Little shot. Look at that. Yeah. We sipping around here. Get your sip on. Woo! Yeah. Cheers. Got to. Bougie!
Our family. These two guys.
Hello.
Jam, my guy.
Hello. What you got? Is that a bubble gun?
Keep it there.
Go kiss.
Wanna keep the
I'm
bubble
happy
gun
to
there?
see you.
We did the water.
Hello. Hi, gorgeous. You gonna help Grandma?
Yeah.
Okay, I love you. I'm so
We
happy.
didn't get to hang out with her for the past 3 days.
Why, dealing with Cisco?
Yeah. He's never been this bad. I don't know what happened.
Man, oh man. Well, here we are. We have reached the end of another season of JazLife. I hope you guys have had fun. It has been quite a year. Kind of like I don't know, I feel like I'm always growing and like learning things, right? There's always some like evolution of life and whatnot, of like growth and whatnot. I think this year was me like shedding the necessary like ideals, people, learning, just, yeah, I guess ideals, people, like ways of thinking, same thing. Like just like clearing out things that like aren't supposed to be there. And I feel like that's how we started, right? Like with my grandpa's funeral, like we started with a trip to AZ, we're ending with a couple trips to AZ. And it's really, really been eye-opening. I think the difference with the first trip and this last trip is that Dion was with me, and that was huge. For us to not be out there with like a whole bunch of stuff to do, you know what I mean? Like we went to the 2 graduations, and I shared like the social media stuff. You know, I got my nails done, went and saw my girl Jazz, Highland Gal Nails. I'm obsessed. Now I'm gonna have to be flying out to Arizona to get my bougie sculpted nails. Jazz, you're an artist. If you're in Arizona and all that kinds of stuff, I'll have her social media and stuff like that in the description. But Jazz hooked it up. I've had an appointment with her for like at like 11:30, like during the day for like a month. and then like stuff got messed up. I like got my schedule wrong with like where I had to be with my family and stuff. And she was like, it's cool. Let me get home and like cook for like all my children. And then after spending my whole day living my life and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, yes, I will spend 3 hours catching up with you and doing your nails. So shout out to her for that, because it was like 8:30 at night and she's, you know, getting my nails together. So I really appreciated that. But we didn't have like a whole lot going on. So we had a whole bunch of downtime. It was just Dion and I. So we had a lot of time to like just talk and, you know, naturally, you know, being around family, being away from your kids, being in a different environment, you know, different things come out, you know, it's kind of like a different energy and stuff. And like I was saying in a clip earlier in this episode, that I feel like I've been able to open up more, and then he's been able to just kind of see things more just as we're dealing with processing through my childhood trauma. You know what I mean? Like knowing my family, seeing my family in different lights, hearing different things, different stories people told. Like it's dope. That's why I love hanging out with my aunt and uncles. They're so funny. And they're like as good as like storytelling and stuff like that as I am. So it's like, you know, they'll like bring something up that like I have like my memory of or whatever, and tell it that they are older than me. So then they have like all the facts, and it's just so funny. I feel more than anything this year, through everything I've gone through, what I'm the most like grateful for is like how much closer I've grown to my husband. And it's like, we're already close, right? It's my best friend, but it's like infinite games. You're like, people are always growing, evolving, changing. You gotta get to know each other. And then there's things that like you haven't said, or things it's like you know each other, but just certain stuff you don't fully understand, which is why there's little opportunities to, you know, have misunderstandings and get offended and stuff like that. Those things happen in relationships because you don't really understand where the other person is coming from. And what's been awesome about Dion and I is that we've always done pretty good at like bouncing back and like coming back, figuring it out, understanding and whatnot. But then there's lingering things in me that I hadn't even been able to explain for myself until I got deeper into my healing journey. So now that I'm at a place where I really feel like I know what I need, you know, to continue to get better. I know what things I need to do, what things I need to not do. It's still hard making good decisions. Like just because a decision is like stressful or, you know, causes emotions doesn't mean it was like a bad decision. Like stuff is hard, you know, knowing how to like navigate through like certain relationships and like prioritizing yourself for the first time in those relationships is hard. It takes work, and it's like sad and frustrating when like you go through a time, because I kind of went like gung-ho on like being honest like about my feelings like this year, and like not this whole year, but like 2022. Like people that are close enough to me, if I talk to you every day, like at some point I've been honest about my mental health and just, you know, thoughts and battles like that I have and stuff like that. And it's just been really interesting to see like how people like handle that. But like I say all the time, forever grateful for my dance mom friends. My dance family they're undefeated. Get you some dance mom friends. That's all I have to say about that. Like getting through COVID mentally, physically, financially, right? I just kind of feel like I'm just finally kind of, and I've been saying it's like, oh, I can see the light like at the end of the tunnel. No, but it's here. I feel it. I feel the light and it's burning my eyes. Like we're right there. So I can't wait to come back and show you guys season 4 Jazz after I've processed all of season 3 and got my life together. I will say the next season will be a little bit behind my real life, at least a week, possibly 2. I'm hoping not 3, but looking at the way the weekends roll out, like when holidays are and when stuff happens, it's like, it's kind of complicated with the way the season will start. It might start 3 weeks behind and like catch up, because that's just me and Justice. You just never know. I'll get him some stuff late. He'll have stuff going on with the other channels and get it. Like, we don't know. We don't know. We're gonna try to get it together though. But I absolutely love you all and appreciate you. My mental health started with you guys, clearing things out, being honest, like really trying to figure out Jazz started with season 1, episode 1 of this series. And all of you guys, you know, for however long you've been here, I appreciate you, but especially y'all that have been here since then. Let's do you one better. Those of you that have been here since Beyond the Screen, since my first review episode, like my first review, like that, man. I love you guys. I'm weird. I be saying weird stuff, going through weird stuff. I'm a weird individual. And I appreciate your guys' loyalty, like love and support. I don't think anybody has any better, like, subscribers, supporters, online family than me and my family do. And even like niche down, nobody's better than the Team Jazz, Team Wifey folks. So y'all just got a different kind of character. And I appreciate and love you. But I'm ending, you know, feeling good. I'm not stopping the season because I'm just going through so much. I can't vlog or whatever. It's really just, it works out. It's just perfect timing. It's a necessary break for me. And I think with this being like our longest like season and everything, that it's just kind of perfect time. I'm excited to come back and catch up, see where all of you guys are at. In the comments, let me know what you're most excited about. Hi, Princess. What you're most excited about for this summer. If you've got like any plans or whatever, like, good morning. Let me know what you're looking forward to the most. And that's it. Oh, I'm sad. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And until next season.